So I think that Nick Saban may have gotten the ultimate compliment from a somewhat unlikely source. You know, these talking head hot take shows on TV, not that we're anything like that at all. But Shannon Sharp's on Undisputed with Skip Bayless. Some of these you sort of get confused a little bit.
Yeah,
some of these
absolutely.
shows run together.
I agree.
But I thought that Shannon Sharp gave Nick Saban the ultimate compliment recently. And really, when you're looking for a great way to kind of summarize what Nick Saban's been to college football over the last decade, maybe Shannon Sharp says about as well on FS1 as anyone could. Take a look at this short clip from Undisputed.
If you play St. Nick on opening day, you taking the L.
It's just you just book it.
Okay, guys, listen. We're gonna start week 2.
Yeah,
We're gonna
he just shellacked Sam Darnold's team last year on opening day.
Oh,
Sam Darnold didn't get to play.
Ain't he glad? Ain't he glad?
So listen, is it as simple as that? Is it a mistake to even open a season with Alabama because of the teams they sort of laid waste to here over the last few years?
Well, listen, you know me. I hate using the past as something that's going to predict the future. I think that when you talk about some of these games, especially the rivalry games, you don't ever know how that's going to translate from last year to this year or 2 years ago to this year. And we see that pop up every year, you know, especially in our comment section where, you know, Georgia hasn't beaten Florida here and there, or Auburn, you know, hasn't. I understand that. I do think there's something to this, though. Nick Saban had a ton of time to prepare for this game. I don't know that it showed on defense. I don't know that it showed on offense. I think they look like the Alabama of old that you're used to. But on special teams, when they attacked some of these special teams units from Florida State, it looked like Nick Saban had an entire offseason to prepare for these guys. They game planned them on special team. It looks like sometime back in May, Nick Saban saw on film, oh, well, they overload on the punt. Oh, well, we can get these guys on the field goal team here, and actually was able to execute some of the plays that he put in. So I don't know if it's just the opening game. I don't know if it, you know, they obviously overmatched Florida State, but I think there is something to giving Nick Saban some extra time to prepare, and I think he has been very good in some of those situations.
It'd be a better conversation right now if I disagreed with you. That'd make for a better debate. But the truth is, I actually don't disagree with you. I think Saban is good in these kinds of games in a unique fashion in the way that he's not in bowl games. We've seen him getting beaten up bad by Bob Stoops in Oklahoma. Got embarrassed, sorry to say this, against Utah. I mean, we've seen them drop some bowl games. We've seen them lose twice in the college football playoff. We've seen high-profile non-conference games not go Alabama's way. But to start a season, you don't ever see this. So there is something about the way that Saban prepares. There's something about the stage that he gets his team comfortable playing on that does overwhelm the competition here. You put it in an end-of-season scenario, you don't see the same kind of success from Alabama. But at the beginning of the season, when it keeps happening every single year, even last year when USC wasn't playing Sam Darnold, you still got to count that. Alabama dominates in these kind of games. I do think you've got to give Saban some of that credit.
Yeah, and listen, you know, first of all, what I'll answer to your thing is maybe it's just something about the Sugar Bowl, because that's 3 of the biggest losses Nick has ever taken. And there's something about that. But even when you line up USC and you look at that USC team from last year, still incredibly talented. And Alabama played 3 quarterbacks last year. I mean, Jalen Hurts fumbles his first snap. They had no idea what was going on. Still win by, I don't know, 40 points last year against USC. So that's a talented team that you're taking on there in week 1. And we've seen it year in and year out, where you play these teams in week 1, Clemson, West Virginia, Virginia Tech, and all go on to be very good football teams, that Alabama seems to dominate in week 1. And there is something to it. And I don't know, you know, I'm not going to pick out one game and say, well, this one he really schemed better than these guys offensively or defensively. But when you look at what happened, especially on special teams, and it's been a common occurrence throughout some of these openers for Alabama, I do think there is a theme in that, and giving Nick Saban an entire offseason to prepare for you.